Thanks for joining us on Key Factors, presented by theraceguide.com.au. We've had a little freshen up over the last month, but we're ready to charge back into the spring, analysing the races like no other form show does. And Mike, a big welcome back to you, mate, after a little sojourn in Europe.
Yeah, it was a great trip. Exciting time to be back, isn't it? Right into the Spring Carnival. What a great time to be back. Like everyone else, I was up at 5 in the morning watching great mare Winks win those two starts. What amazing finishes they were. And yeah, a few distractions with the Ebor over there, but yeah, everyone knows about her over there. She's loved worldwide.
Glad to see you spreading the word over there. And I know you did get to the races, a little visit to Goodwood on a Sunday afternoon, a sunny Sunday afternoon at that. We might just have a little bit of photo evidence here as well with you at the track. There's a lovely Frankie. We've got Grace and the new addition, James, there, mate, but squinting in the English sun.
Yeah, what a stitch up. Thanks for the cheesy photographs, Stu. But yeah, I dragged them to the race. What a great day out. They do it so well over there. The family day, rides, sand pits, pony rides. I dragged them there. They absolutely loved it. If you're over in England, go to Goodwood races, down the South Downs. You won't regret it. A great day out. Well,
before we move on, another big congratulations to you, mate. I know you finally got down on one knee and made a great woman of Frankie. Congratulations. Let's get the wedding fun started, though. This is a quaddie show. Let's rip into it. The first leg is the Shirako Stakes this weekend at Rosehill Gardens, over the 1,200 metres. And wow, isn't this first leg just a cracker? We've got so many quality mares jumping off the page. This is the most exciting race of the day for mine. OMEI Sword, the one I want to have a look closely at. She did what Winks did fresh. She dipped at the start. Just a pity she isn't Winks and finished it off the way she did.
Yeah, she wasn't, was she? It was a really difficult start for her and just such a frustrating horse. She's so talented, but maybe she could have done more first up. Let's have a look at the way she sets up. Group 3, 1,200 metres fair tempo. The rail's true on Saturday, so we don't think it'll be near rails like it sometimes can be at Rosehill, but watch out with the firm fast track. It could be near pace like it often is. Across to the 3 key factors to start off this first quaddie leg. Weight has to be a key factor. Set weights event, the classier types are suited. Distance over 1,200 metres, looking for a real sprinter. And reliability. OMEI Sword, maybe she's not as reliable as some of the others.
Okay, well, money talks with so many of these new season races. Let's have a look at this market for the first leg of the quaddie. And BONNY O'Reilly, well, here's a winner. She's been smashed in already, in from about $6. OMEI Sword there, pretty solid after that first up run, $5. DAYSEE Doom, a little bit of support there today into $6.50. There's GHISONI at $8.50. And RAVI, look, there's another one fresh. DENMAGIC there after a big first up run as well. But look, punters here, they're really with the BONNY mare to keep that winning record going.
Yeah, you see these mares races and you think they might have similar form, but most of these horses have got different form lines and there's so many places to look in your form guide. We'll start with the two horses that are up and running this preparation. Starting with BONNY O'Reilly, box seat, 59.5 kilograms. She can't win, can she, Stu?
Oh, can she win? This horse loves winning. Just darting back to the inside here. Just cruises up. As you said, had the big weight, but just runs away from him here.
Yeah, she's a fantastic mare. So reliable, so consistent. We didn't think she could win with 59.5 kilograms, giving the boys weight after a freshen up. But she darts through, gets a break and just fights right to the line like she always does, Stu.
She does, always tries her heart out. That's BONNY O'Reilly winning. Let's have a look at two other horses that are up and running as well. DENMAGIC and Zestful we're referring to here. DENMAGIC just outside the lead and Zestful just in behind in the yellow and black.
Geez, DENMAGIC just can't buy a win, can she? Look, she looked just absolutely destined here. She was ridden forward this day for the on-pace buy, so it was a great ride from the jockey. Looms up under a hold, gives a bit of a kick, but just edged out late again.
Yeah, I was on it this day, and that's, look, Batterhold's coming late there, but look at Zestful in behind, yellow and black, had to change course, no love.
Yeah, interesting mare, really good at her best, her form ratings around the best, and yeah, last 150 minutes, she's held up across the line there, so sneaky run.
All right, well, there's a look at a couple of replays. It's key factors time, Mike, as we do on this show. We've got to look through the gold bars, take us through it.
Yeah, looking for those gold bars. How can you knock BONNY O'Reilly? Bjorn's BONNY mare, weight. She's well weighted now. She's a classy mare and she's got set weights. Distance, 1,200 metres. I think she's unbeaten and reliable. She's such a good winner. OMEI Sword, what do you do with it? Maybe she needs a strong tempo over 1,200 metres or maybe 1,400 metres now. Those sectionals weren't as good as they could have been. No real knocks on those next 4 or 5 horses. RAVI, DENMAGIC, GHISONI. She's so classy. She gets the gold bar for weight.
All right, so Bjorn's BONNY with plenty of bright yellow there as we look at the key factors. Let's have a look at these overall ratings. And well, there's BONNY. She's on top as expected from what we've heard so far. But look, a stack there in behind. And there's a few roughies there. I mean, we've got Zestful not too far behind it. I mean, OMEI Sword, this is a horse that you just, well, you love this horse. Right down there on 8.5, no love.
Yeah, she was my girl for the last couple of seasons, wasn't she? And so hard to sack a horse like OMEI Sword, but look, the last couple of starts so disappointing. She's so tight in the market and she's just not as reliable as the other mares could be. We absolutely love BONNY O'Reilly, but look in those ratings, those top 6 were quite close. and she's so tight in the market, we got to go wide. Zestful 40 to 1, 50 to 1. She could even go forward with Bonnie O'Reilly. She's got to be an each way bet. She'll like a dry Rosehill 1200 metres and put those top 6, leaving OMEI Sword in a box first 4. A great value bet.
All right, okay. There's a bit of value there to start the quaddie in the first leg with Zestful. Let's have a look at the second leg. It's the Run to the Rose over the 1200 metres, and some great horses have already returned here. We've got some big statements from the Reduced Choice Colt Pariah, the Schnitzel Colt Menari Fresh. They've gone on since they're 2-year-old. And then these could just be the best of the 3-year-old bunch in Sydney now. They're the Golden Rose favourites. And then there's that Lonhro Colt Kementari in the market as well. He looks like a serious horse as well.
Yeah, this is a great race, the prelude to the Golden Rose. Obviously, the tab analysts will have their fingers on the buzzers, ready to slash these odds 2 seconds after they cross the line. Yeah, these other 3 favourites, like we said, Group 2, 1200 metres, fair to steady tempo. CG Quebec, the obvious leader. What does Josh Parr do in Menari? Drawn wide, can go forward. The first furlong so important. Good 3. We talked about maybe some near pace bias, so maybe Josh Parr will go forward. Across the 3 key factors, set weights again, so weight's a key factor. Good track, looking for sprinters that like the dry track. And position and run. We've already talked about that wide barrier for Menari.
All right, well, let's have a look at this market for the Run to the Rose. And we know Pariah got smashed late in the betting in the San Domenico. Let's see if the same thing will happen again as we have a look here. But no, it's Menari, the one they've come for, in from $2.80 to $2.50 there. Pariah, really solid though after that good win fresh. There's Kementari just in behind at $4.60. And well, that's about in under $10. So the punters are really over these 3 favourites here.
Yeah, so much money for these 3 favourites, and we think it will continue, especially after these next 2 replays you're about to see. Amazing, these 2 replays, so similar. Starting with the 12th of August, this is at Rosehill, 1100 metres, good track. The same as Pariah's win, we'll talk about in a second. Menari back, wide, against the bias, everything against him, big weight as well, cruising.
Look at that baldy face on the outside, absolutely cruising up, as you said. I mean, this is a serious horse, loves the way he just puts them away the last 200.
Yeah, big, powerful, can quicken, so suited to the conditions. CG Quebec, look, he does fight on quite well, but there was a near pace and near rails bias that day, so definitely points to Menari.
All right, and another horse that we know has come back well is Pariah. This was a really big win fresh. Let's have a look at it. Just off the rail there, in the green, starting to come into the race here, and love the way he just pushes out here, and, well, the rest is history.
Yeah, big win, amazing because it was great like Menari, and amazing because the figures and sectionals are almost identical. Rosehill, 1100 metres, good track. They ran 104 flat, both of them. There's some form lines around them that suggest the form ratings are very similar as well.
Yeah.
Maybe Menari had more weight in his replay, but look, it's hard to knock this win. Pariah first up, doing everything he could.
Yeah, just a really nice win there. Chauffeur coming home into second place there as well. Well, look, there's a couple of replays. Gold bar time, Mike. Take us through this.
Let's try and split these 2 horses and straight across the top. Look, you don't need to have deep analysis or be a really skilled analyst to look at this race. Menari, Pariah, they've raced before. They're quite similar. We talked about those similar ratings. It's all about whether Menari can get the right position in run from that wide barrier. That first furlong makes all the difference. Kementari, look, he's up and coming, but he's still not well weighted in this grade. This so early in his career. Maybe 1200 metres, not quite ideal.
Okay.
Invader, really classy type, but maybe not a good track. CG Quebec, he gets the right position in run, but maybe not classy enough.
Okay, well, good barriers win these good races, and it all gold there for Pariah in the key factors. Let's have a look at the overall ratings, and, well, we can see Pariah just edging out Menari there, and where's Kementari? I mean, that horse is a lot further down in the ratings here, but really safely held by these top 2, what the boys think.
Yeah, the top 2 are up and running, they're fit, they're fast. We think they'll just be too fast for Kementari. Maybe the last 200 metres will be warming up for the Golden Rose, but I'm so excited about this race. Yeah, you're excited about this race. Everyone's going to be cheering. 50% of the crowd will be on one, 50% of the crowd will be on the other. We won't be one of them. We're going to go put the Quinella up. That's the best bet for us. Watch them run home, these 2 horses. So we think they'll go 2 lengths clear.
All right, so we can't split them. Let's put them in the Quinella. That looks like a pretty safe bet to me. In the second leg of the quaddie, stick around and we'll wrap up the big meeting at Rosehill Gardens this weekend. Welcome back to Key Factors, presented by theraceguide.com.au, where it's Run to the Rose Day at Rosehill Gardens this weekend, the first race of the big Spring Carnival in Sydney. And we're up to the third leg of the quaddie here, Mike. Tango Rain, I mean, this horse, it's so good to have him back. He's had that win second up from his spell, and you can't remember, this horse here split Star Turn and Capitalist this time last year. So great form lines here, and another winner, Manor, he's going for the hat-trick, flying for Huey Bowman and Craig Ritchie.
Bowman can ride, Manor flying for him. And what about that timing of that ride first up for Winks? I just can't forget it. What a brilliant run from Hugh Bowman. Benchmark 90, 1200 metres, fair tempo, good 3. Fed a near pace by, so hopefully fairly fair conditions for the third leg of the quaddie. Looking across to the key factors, look at dry Rosehill, we talk about it a lot. Certain sprinters prefer those conditions, so a good track in Rosehill Gardens we're playing in this race. And some of these sprinters have more scope than others, so we'll play that factor too.
All right, well, let's have a look at the market here for this third leg of the quaddie. And, well, Tango Rain ran them ragged last start, but it was a little bit on the nose for punters. Not so much on Saturday with some good money in from $3.40 to $3.10 already. Zumbelina pretty solid there at $6 second favourite. There's Manna looking for the hat-trick at $8.50. Pumpkin Pie at $9 there, and DENPURR, well, they both did enough fresh, but look, punters are dancing with this speedy leader here, Mike.
Yeah, it's a great line. Like, this is a Nick Quinn style line, so you good one. Now let's look at Tango Rain, second up. Looky, much different conditions here. He was first up wet track Randwick, second up dry track Rosehill. Much different conditions, so fast, so speedy. Often these wins in the lead are underrated. He's done all the work in the lead. ISORICH looms up, but Tango Rain, too much class.
Yeah, too big, too strong. Love the way he just powers to the line. As you said, just suited in this day. Dry, Rosehill, loves it.
Yeah, power's the big word. The only time he's been beaten at Rosehill was by a star turn, like you said before, Stu. So back to Rosehill's got to be a plus on Saturday again.
Yep, held them off there. And look, another horse here which had so much form. You know, the last prep and the one before was Zumbelina. So we're going to go back to a trial here and just see how this horse has come back.
Well, looking at Tango Rain's form, you think he's got most of the racing horses covered. Zumbelina, so good 2 preps ago, like you said. Last prep, Paul. How is she going for Chris Waller this preparation? She was good on her first trial. This is her second trial. Red cap, cruising up. Looks pretty good to me, Stu.
Yeah, this is a really soft trial. Just finishes right on their heels here. This says to me she's come back well in the market, right in the mix.
Yeah, absolutely flying, I think, and unbeaten at Rosehill, so going well.
All right, big stat there for Rosehill. Let's have a look at these key factors, Mike. We're looking for the gold bars.
Yeah, straight away you'll see Rosehill's a big factor for these 2 favourites. Tango Rain only ever beaten by a star team. We'll say it again, and that win last start was bigger than it looked. Even though the margin wasn't huge, Zumbelina unbeaten at her home track. And they've both got huge scope as well. A lot of these other sprinters are quite well exposed. Those top 2 with much more scope than the rest. Looking down the page, maybe a couple of good trackers to look out for. DENPURR loves a dry track. So does Supreme Effort for Kim Wall.
All right, well, it was a favourite in the second leg of the quaddie. Looks like it could be pretty tight again in the third leg. Let's have a look at these overall ratings. And, well, there is Tango Rain on top at 12 from Zumbelina 11, but there's a bit of form in behind here, not too much back to 3rd and 4th, so I reckon this race is on.
Yeah, you can't underrate Supreme Effort. He's a great horse. He is the classed horse in the race. He's well drawn, gets the apprentice claim as well. So he's right in this race, we think. Pumpkin Pie, drawn wide. She may not race on Saturday. She hasn't got a jockey yet on Thursday night. So looking across those top 3, Tango Rain's on top. Look, if he just gets one cheap sectional mid-race, it's all he needs to power home from the 400 metres and be much too fast for them.
Yep.
And Zumbelina we're terrified of, so she goes in the quaddie. But Supreme Effort, like we said before, he's the value bet.
All right, well, Tango Rain to have another win. Let's have a look now. It's the last leg of the quaddie, and it's a tab.com.au handicap over the 1400 metres. And there's a big welcome back to you here, Mike. Another 15-horse open field to end the day. That's what quaddies are all about. But a real mixed bag of horses here. We've got the Pharaoh just putting in every time through his races in the winter. And then some fresh horses in the mix. We've got the big talent Interlocuter coming off his first Aussie prep for the boys in blue. Can James come and get the best out of this bloke?
Well, I'm not sure. He's a Cups horse racing at Rosehill, 1400 metres first up. So really interesting to see how he goes. Benchmark 84, 1400 metres. A bit more tempo in this last race. Fair to strong tempo with a few going forward. Good 3 conditions. We've talked about that fair to near pace bias across the 3 key factors. Some of these horses prefer the 1400 metre distance range, so we'll factor that in. Stage of preparation. Can the fresh horses measure up? And position and run, big field. There's some really wide barriers here.
All right, well, let's hope the punters are all still alive in the last leg of the quaddie as we have a look at the market to wrap things up at Rosehill Gardens this weekend. There's the Pharaoh on top. He's big and he's strong. He's $4.20. There's the Godolphin pair. There's Interlocuter and Peacock I can see there. We've got EBENOS just struggling to win a little bit at the moment, but right in the market. Wayanka back from 5 runs in Melbourne, but they're the ones under $10, Mike, but I reckon whatever wins this, we know this quaddie is going to be paying a bit more than last week.
Yeah, hopefully. It was $45 last week or something. Hopefully be a bit more. And look, the first 6 replays we looked at have all been recent runs at Rosehill Gardens. We like to go a bit left field on this show, so we'll have to go left field to finish us off. Wayanka 2 starts ago in Melbourne. 1400 metres good track, which is why we're looking at similar conditions. In the pink, slicing to the inside, and this is a finish, Stu.
Yeah, they're all just off the rail, and Wayanka just goes zoom up the inside here, hits the front, look here, 200 metres out, and love the way it finished.
Absolutely explodes through. Matty Hill said in the replay that he loves the distance, 1400 metres, and stepping back in distance. This is a huge win, eased down on the line.
Right
Thank
here.
you very much.
Yeah, that's a big win for Wayanka there. Let's have another look at a replay now. We're going to go back to the Scone Carnival, and this is a horse called Got Unders. There's some serious form in this race. I mean, this is the one that clearly Innocent won. It's the Luskin Star. It is listed, and this is a good run along the inside, and the horse in the light blue there.
We cannot believe the odds on this horse. Got Unders inside. I think the bias was against this day. He's second up after a freshen up. Last preparation here, he's second up on Saturday as well, which is why we're looking at the race. Similar conditions as well, 1300 metres, good track. He's a horse that can absolutely stick on his races, and he sticks on alongside some great horses here. Sir Bacchus, Gold Symphony. I mean, 60 to 1 in a benchmark race. Why?
Yeah, some serious form around that horse. And you're right, that was just sticking on along the inside. 60 to 1,
Such a strong horse, yeah.
All right, well, take us through these key factors. Let's see if there's any gold for Got Unders.
Well, we can't actually see him because he's off the page. So you have to believe him when I say he gets a gold bar for distance. Looking at those, though, the PHAROAH and Wayanka, they have great 1400 metre ratings. We talked about Wayanka being a 1400 metre specialist horse. Last time he was at Rosehill was 15. These are the conditions that are ideal for him on Saturday. Look, Interlocuter could be a real talent, a staying talent for the spring. It's just first up over 1400 metres. It's a big risk for that second favourite.
Well, yeah, I mean, you canned OMEI sword earlier. It looks like you're canning into Locuter there. Some are tipping that horse as potential spring star. But look, sparse gold across the page there. So let's have a look at these overall ratings as we bring them up. Wayanka on top, Got Unders is right there, and BUDDEROO Knights. There's some real value sneaking up here.
Oh, you've got to love the look of that page, don't you? Got Unders at 60s, BUDDEROO Knight at, what, 30s or something, I'm not sure, and Wayanka's even 750. Waller, 1400 metres, Rosehill at home. I mean, the PHAROAH's right in it, but he's got a wide barrier. He'll need a bit of luck. So those top three have to be the bets. We're going to bet on all three of them.
Okay.
Best bet Wayanka, each way odds all day for us. He can quicken, which is such a huge factor at Rosehill. Last race of the day when it's really dry, and Got Unders. If he's $15 a place on Saturday, I'll be so surprised. He'll stick on for sure.
All right, so we've got Wayanka on top and Got Unders at any old odds there in the last. Let's wrap up this quaddie, Mike. It's good to have you back. We've had a little freshen up, so now it's time to deliver, mate. You've got a wedding to say for.
Yeah, big wedding fund needed. Race 6 starting off with, look, we're leaving out OMEI sword, so I could sink early. Frankie won't be happy with that. Race 7, PARIAH and MENARI, they're the two. Across to race 8, two favourites again, TANGO and ZUMBELINA, but throwing in a bit of value there for supreme effort. And big value in the last leg, Wayanka, BUDDEROO Knight, Got Unders, and even Galaxy Warrior first up could be a knockout. That's the value leg for us.
Okay, coming home with a little bit of value there in the last. Look, well, we know it's going to be a hard, fast track there at Rosehill this weekend. The race guide profiling is going to be all important. You want that horse with a bit of rip on that sort of surface. But look, that's all from us here at theraceguide.com.au. Thanks for joining us on Key Factors, and we hope you jag a big piece of that quaddie this weekend at Rosehill for the first day of the Spring Carnival in Sydney.
Cheers, see you out there.